Hi all, this is Utsav Singh from Prashasnik Gurukul. We are continuing with our Safalta series where we are targeting questions which may come up in your EPFO, ACPF examination and various other examination being conducted by UPSC or state PCS. So let's begin. Question number 1, Lambda is a machine learning language model as a chat bot that is supposed to mimic humans in conversation. It has been created by, options are Microsoft, B Oracle, C Google and D Apple. Answer is Google. See, what is Lambda actually? The way you are communicating with someone, your friend or your parents, it will answer in that very mode. You are talking with a friend regarding a particular location and the conversation will end up regarding the best national dish of that particular country. So it is that kind of search, and it has been prepared in such a mode that if a person is speaking to AI, it will have a conversation as if AI is another human being which is having a friendly chat with a person. There is a blog on Google, you can go and see how this Lambda works. So I think since this technology has come up for the first time, UPSC may ask you question regarding Chat GPT, OpenAI or Lambda. So let's move to the next question. Consider the following: India is home to more than 75% of global tiger population. 2 tigers are naturally not found in Africa. See, India is home to more than 75% of global tiger population. This was made public by Prime Minister Modi ji himself when he talked about international big cat alliances. Okay, that time he made this statement. So this could be a possible question. Tiger are naturally not found in Africa. This again is true. It might be surprising to majority of you. Tigers are not found in Africa. Okay. So what is found in Africa? Cheetah or lion. Tiger is restricted to Asia, and there are 13 countries which are known as tiger, which are part of Global Tiger Forum. Okay. So these countries are Asiatic countries. So which of them is correct? Only one option is correct. Okay. So pause this, take note of it. Okay. Because you can get a question on tiger. Question number 3, arrange the following species in terms of their population in India: 1 leopard, 2 cheetah, 3 lion and 4th tiger. See, cheetah has recently come to India, hardly it is in double digit. Okay. Lions are around 650 or 600 plus, cheetahs 3000 plus, leopards are around 12,000 plus. Okay. So maximum is what? Leopard, followed by tiger, followed by lion and then cheetah. So 1, 4, 3, 2. C is the right option. You can see the explanation on the board. Tiger population is around 3000 plus, lions population is around 600 plus, and then you have leopard population which is 12,000 plus. Moving to question number 4. The tiger population has grown the most in Shivalik Hill and Gangetic floodplains. B Central India, C Northeastern India, D Western Ghat. You may think it is Western Ghat, but the answer is Shivalik Hills and Gangetic floodplain. Okay, see the explanation, because I expect from the explanation you will get a question. See, tiger population has increased almost everywhere except Western Ghat. Okay, so it has increased the maximum in Shivalik Hills and Gangetic plains. And why I have taken this question? Because since 2016-17, Terai Arc landscape, okay, this has been in news, and even UNESCO is thinking of creating another biosphere on this Terai region till Alipurdwar. From Uttarakhand to Alipurdwar, they are thinking of creating few biosphere reserves. So I have categorically mentioned it over here because in future this will become a very prominent topic. So you may get a question. So just take a note, the maximum tiger population has increased in Shivalik and Gangetic plain, followed by Central India, then Northeastern Hills, and then Brahmaputra floodplains and Sundarban. It has decreased in Western Ghat. Okay, so this statement may also come. Declined where? So it has declined in Western Ghat. Question number 5. Which of the following has maximum weightage in index of core industry? A petroleum refinery product, B electricity, C steel and D coal. See, in EPFO examination you get such kind of factual questions as well. So you see the explanation part, which has got the maximum weightage. It is petroleum and refinery product, followed by what? Electricity, steel and coal. See, first 4 are really important. Then you have crude oil, natural gas, cement and fertilizer. So it is also India's maximum export, this sector. Okay. So let's move to the next question. Question number 6, Dharamsala Declaration specifically aims to promote domestic tourism in India. If you see the rest of the option, if it was not in red, you might have been confused. B, friendly and peaceful resolution of Tibetans. C, negotiation for more political power to Madhesis. D, to ensure pollution-free environment in Ladakh. All four of them has been in news. This is even mentioned in your economic survey, where they are talking about tourism, and they are saying that tourism is one of the third sectors to bring dollars to India. Okay. So Dharamsala Declaration is with relation to promotion of domestic tourism in India. Okay. But all the other three topics are in news. Who are Madhesis? Madhesis are people who are of Tarai belt and they are citizen of Nepal. Then pollution free environment in Ladakh. Ladakh environmental issues has come up time and again. So take this into account. Dharamsala Declaration, you can go and Google it with regard to The Hindu and Indian Express and read it in bit detail, because this question may also come up in your mains examination. UPSC has got this kind of trends to ask questions. Question number 7, which of the following is a measure to prevent blue bugging? Number 1, turning off Bluetooth when not in use. So before we see options, what is blue bugging? Blue bugging is taking advantage of Bluetooth connectivity of laptop or other electronic devices and getting attached to that very devices wirelessly and then attacking it with virus and forcing without authentication entry into that device. So how it can be prevented? So whenever your Bluetooth is not in use, one has to turn off Bluetooth. Second, updating the device system software to the latest version, because the device system software may have patches, software patches for it. Third, limiting the use of public Wi-Fi. Yes, because in public Wi-Fi we all are using the same network, so it becomes very easy to get targeted by foreign entities. Fourth, using VPN. VPN is actually virtual private network. Okay, that you had to have a particular password for that VPN as well to use that very network. So the answer is all. Moving to question number 8, National Adaptation Fund for Climate Change supports adaptation action in agriculture, livestock, water and forestry. Answer is all. So now what questions may come for? See, it has come up in 2015. Okay, it is a centrally sponsored scheme. Nodal agency is NABARD, and this is with regard to Kyoto Protocol, and it is specific to emission of greenhouse gases. So the states which are vulnerable to come up with greenhouse gases, so this adaptation fund is used to mitigate those emission of greenhouse gases, and it works in agriculture, livestock, water and forestry. Majorly it is going to complete it 10 years. So that's the reason I have asked this question. Now moving to question number 9, which of the following states has maximum carbon stock in forest? See, this question may come because it is mentioned in your economic survey as well as annual forest report. Okay, see, Madhya Pradesh looks as an obvious answer, but this is not the answer. What is carbon stock? Carbon stock is the carbon stored in biomass in forest, plants, soils, litters. Okay, answer is Arunachal Pradesh. See, Arunachal Pradesh is of a larger size compared to Assam area wise. Second, it is most forested area over there, and the forest over there are almost green, evergreen type of forest. Okay, so and human density is also relatively very less compared to rest of India. So it has got maximum carbon stock. Moving to question number 10. As per projected mixed installed energy capacity of India, arrange the following in descending order. It has again been taken in context of what will be India's projected mixed installed energy capacity by 2030. It has been mentioned in your economic survey कि by 2030 what will be India's projected energy installation capacity. So the maximum will be in solar energy. Okay, then we will have still coal and lignite based power. Then we will have wind energy, and at last we will have hydel power. Wind energy will surpass hydel power by good amount. Hydel power includes both your small hydel power and hydel powers. Yet wind energy will surpass it. So answer is B. You can find it over here. it has been explained, and this has been taken again from economic survey. Solar power will have around 34%, then coal and lignite around 33%, and then 17% wind energy. Then we will have hydro powers 7.5%, and then small hydropower near about 6%. So you will see that together the hydel power won't be able to come up to even half of wind energy, and that is very surprising. But because this will happen in next 7 years, this has been projected. So again there can be a question with regard to this in your EPFO examination. EPFO is really easy compared to civil services examination because there is no mains part to it. So what I expect student to give full focus after your UPSC examination, or if you have attempts, made wholehearted effort for EPFO, because this does not comes every now and then. ACPF and EPFO always come after 3 or 4 years. So this is a group A services, go for it, get it. So with this we'll continue providing you guys question related to what may come up in your EPFO, ACPF examination and various other civil services examinations. Stay tuned, stay connected. Do download our app. Do like us and subscribe us on YouTube.